Did it really sell out this fast? Or is there more behind the story? Why are fans celebrating and panicking at the same time as Taehyung's GQ Korea set disappears from Weverse Global? And why, despite the sellout shockwave, are individual covers still quietly waiting to be claimed? Asterisk, the moment the words "sold out" appeared next to Taehyung's GQ Korea set on Weverse Global, the fandom froze, blinked, refreshed their screens, and then collectively erupted. Was this expected? Yes. Was it still shocking? Absolutely. Was it the kind of quiet yet explosive event that only Kim Taehyung could cause without uttering a single word or posting a single caption? Without a doubt. Because when Taehyung moves, even when he seems still, the world reacts, and sometimes it reacts faster than anyone imagined. Taehyung's GQ Korea set selling out on Weverse Global is not just a simple update in an online shop. It is a moment loaded with implications, emotions, questions, and an undercurrent of surprise that ripples through the fandom and beyond. This is not merely about magazines. This is about presence, about relevance, about the strange, almost cinematic way Taehyung continues to dominate attention even in moments of apparent quiet. And perhaps most intriguingly, it is also about contrast, because while the full set has vanished, the individual GQ Korea covers remain available, almost like an open door left ajar, inviting fans to pause, think, and choose. How did this happen so quickly? Why did the set disappear while individual covers remain? What does this say about Taehyung's power, about fan psychology, and about the subtle strategies that seem to follow him wherever he goes? And more importantly, what does this moment reveal about the emotional bond between Taehyung and those who support him across continents and time zones? From the very beginning, the release of Taehyung's GQ Korea feature carried a different kind of weight. There was no loud countdown, no aggressive promotion, no overwhelming flood of official reminders. Instead, there was anticipation, the kind that hums quietly but insistently beneath the surface. Fans knew. They always know. The moment previews surfaced, the mood shifted. Screenshots were shared, reactions poured in, and something unmistakable stirred in the air. This was not just another magazine shoot. This was Taehyung, framed through the lens of GQ Korea, embodying an aesthetic that felt both timeless and startlingly new. When the GQ Korea set appeared on Weverse Global, it felt like an offering rather than a product. A complete experience. A curated collection that promised not just images, but a narrative, a way to hold a moment in Taehyung's evolving story. And perhaps that is why the set vanished so quickly. Because fans did not see it as optional. They saw it as essential. The word set carries a particular power in fandom culture. It suggests completeness, unity, the idea of owning the full vision rather than fragments. For collectors, for longtime supporters, for those who see Taehyung's artistic journey as something worth archiving in full, the set was irresistible. It represented wholeness. And once it was gone, the reaction was immediate and visceral. Shock, excitement, pride, and regret collided in real time across social media platforms. Yet amid the frenzy, another detail quietly stood its ground. The individual GQ Korea covers were still available for purchase on Weverse Global. This contrast sparked a new wave of questions. Was this intentional? Was it strategic? Or was it simply the natural outcome of fan behavior converging around the idea of completeness? To understand why this moment feels so significant, one must look beyond sales numbers and availability statuses. Taehyung's relationship with fashion, photography, and editorial storytelling has always been deeply personal. He does not merely wear clothes or pose for cameras. He inhabits moods, concepts, and atmospheres. GQ Korea, known for its sharp visual identity and narrative-driven editorials, provided a canvas that aligned perfectly with Taehyung's artistic sensibilities. The result was not just visually striking, it was emotionally resonant. Fans recognized that immediately. They saw the layers, the subtle expressions, the way Taehyung's presence seemed to shift from one cover to another, offering different facets of the same soul. Owning the full set meant owning that range, that story told in chapters rather than isolated pages. And so, when the opportunity arose, hesitation vanished. The speed at which the set sold out became a story in itself. Refresh buttons were hammered, time zones blurred. Some fans celebrated their successful purchases with disbelief, while others stared at the sold-out notice with a sinking feeling. But even in disappointment, there was pride. Pride in Taehyung. Pride in the fandom's unwavering support. Pride in witnessing yet another quiet triumph. Still, the availability of individual covers introduced a softer, more contemplative dimension to the moment. Not everyone seeks completeness. Some fans connect more deeply with a specific image, a particular mood, a single expression that feels personal. For them, the fact that individual covers remain available is not a consolation prize. It is an invitation, an opportunity to choose the version of Taehyung that speaks directly to their heart. This dual availability, the sold-out set and the accessible individual covers, creates a fascinating dynamic. It reflects the diversity of Taehyung's audience and the multiple ways in which people engage with his work. Some collect, some curate, some simply want one tangible reminder of a moment that moved them. And Weverse Global, intentionally or not, has become the stage where all these choices play out. Emotionally, this moment is charged. There is excitement, yes, but also a sense of urgency, a whisper of "what if I miss it?" that lingers in the air. That feeling is not accidental. It is the result of Taehyung's consistent ability to make moments feel fleeting yet meaningful. Even something as concrete as a magazine can feel ephemeral when attached to his name. The sellout also reignites a familiar conversation. How does Taehyung continue to command such attention with such ease? There was no dramatic announcement, no bold declaration. And yet, here we are, dissecting the implications of a sold-out magazine set. This is the paradox of Taehyung. His power is not loud, but it is undeniable. It does not demand attention. It attracts it. For fans, this event becomes another chapter in a long narrative of witnessing Taehyung's influence unfold in unexpected ways. It recalls previous moments, other sold-outs, other quiet records, other times when something seemingly simple turned into a headline. Each time, the pattern repeats, and each time, it still surprises. The fact that individual covers are still available also keeps the story alive. The moment is not over. It has merely shifted. Now, instead of a race for the set, there is a slower, more deliberate engagement. Fans compare covers, share their favorites, discuss the emotions each image evokes. The conversation deepens, moving from urgency to appreciation. I end this way. The GQ Korea release achieves something rare. It satisfies both the collector's instinct and the individual's emotional connection. It allows for both frenzy and reflection. And at the center of it all is Taehyung, quietly present, his image speaking volumes without a single spoken word. What does this mean for the future? Does the sellout hint at even greater demand for Taehyung's future editorial work? Does it signal a shift in how fans approach his projects, prioritizing completeness and immediacy? Or is it simply another reminder that when Taehyung is involved, ordinary rules do not apply? Perhaps the most telling aspect of this moment is how natural it feels, even in its shock value. Of course the set sold out. Of course fans reacted the way they did. Of course the individual covers remain as a gentler option. Everything aligns with what we have come to expect from Taehyung's presence in the cultural landscape. Effortless impact, layered meaning, and an emotional undercurrent that lingers long after the initial news breaks. As the days pass, screenshots of the sold-out notice will be archived, shared, remembered. The individual covers will find homes with fans around the world, each purchase carrying its own story. And Taehyung's GQ Korea feature will settle into its place as more than just a magazine release. It will become a memory, a marker of a moment when anticipation met reality and reality exceeded expectations. Oh yes, Taehyung's GQ Korea set has sold out on Weverse Global. And yes, the individual covers are still available. But the real story lies not in availability statuses, but in what they reveal about devotion, about artistry, and about the quiet, persistent magic that follows Kim Taehyung wherever he goes.